feel like honestly, if you're just dedicated and being consistent to everything that you're doing, no matter what it is, it don't have to be. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a degree or whatever. Just content creator, anything. As long as you're consistent and you're dedicated, like you're full time to it, you will be successful. Like it don't matter how many times you fail, just don't quit. You just have to keep going.
Morning on my skin, no mask, no script. I like my name when it sits like this. I took a long way home just to feel the air. Bare feet on the tide.
Okay, so we're in the car now. I took my hat off because I'm like a little too tall to be wearing a cowboy hat in the car. And my son asked me if I'm going to the rodeo. I'm not. And so I'm not sure I even want to put it back on for the podcast show. I am actually running late. The girlies and I, one of the girls, she got off of work late and lives a little far. And so I told her she can come to my apartment and get ready for the show from there. I just dropped my son off to his dad's, and I'm headed back to see what her progress has been. The show is actually an hour and a half away. It's an hour and a half out. So while it has not officially started, if we hit the road right now, we're gonna be late. And then that's not accounting like finding a place to park, walking. I don't know. It's in Birmingham, Alabama. Either or. I'm still excited to go. More than anything, I'm excited to just hang out with her. She did offer to let me just go on my own without her, but I declined because I feel like a part of the experience is hanging out with the girls, having some girl time. As long as we're late together, I don't mind at all. So I'm about to go to my apartment and see what she's doing, where she's at, in her getting ready process. And then we'll hit the road.
For me, let the old doubts go, let the good days in. I don't need to fit to belong within. I was born with fire and a beating name.
We are now making it out. 1 hour later. She said I'm 15 minutes.
I'm free. I'm living for me. I'm free. I'm free. That's how I breathe. Oh. No borrowed skin. No borrowed dream. I'm free. I'm free. I'm living for me. For me. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I'm living for me.
And guess what? That's been another episode of the Tonight's Conversation podcast. Make some noise! Hey, listen, Birmingham.
La la la, hold on. Ooh, I've been bending, but I don't break. I've been waiting on the shape of the day. I don't let go. Don't let go. Started with crumbs on the plate. Now I can see the whole shape. Tried to rush, lost my pace. Learned that the hurt had the place. You don't plant, then blame the rain. You don't heal if you fight the pain. So I kept my hand on the plow, even when it didn't look like now. Old me wanted fast results. New me learned to trust the coast. One step, then another one. Sunrise still comes, keep on. If it's slow, let it be slow. If it's slow, still let it grow. I've been broke, but I still know what's meant for me won't let go. I can feel it.
I'm tired. Hey everyone, I am Andrea. Welcome to my vlog, where I am
documenting this last week leading up to the Noble Looks Debutante Awards ceremony / show. Yes, that's actually my nonprofit. It is not your typical debutante. It's really a personal development program for teen girls. And this is the very first season. And so this ceremony is the ceremony that just kind of ends the first season. And it also really represents just like the fruit of the faith I had in doing a program like this. It was like really a passion project, something I would have really wanted as a teen girl, something I would have really needed as a teen girl. And it is my passion to provide that to the girls of this generation. This week, leading up to the ceremony, there's going to be a lot to do in the midst of doing hair this week. As you just saw, I just finished doing hair. That's actually how I make my money. And it's Noble Looks Hair Braiding, which now expanded to now having a nonprofit, which is the personal development portion. So now I'm getting ready to do some work. I'm actually getting ready to meet with the girls virtually on Zoom, just so that I can check in with them, make sure that they are doing their parts, their speeches, have that prepared, make sure that they are rehearsing their acts. Some of them are singing, dancing, performing in different various ways. And just to cover all the information that we need to cover with them so that they are fully prepared. We are going to have another rehearsal this week, a last in-person rehearsal this week coming up. This week, I'm also going to be prepping like the centerpieces. The team is going to come over and help me with that, as well as waiting on some orders to come in, like the sashes that's coming in. We're going to iron the stencils that go on there, and just waiting on a few other orders. And I do have to put in another order with Amazon. Just a lot of last minute things right before this ceremony. So that is why I am vlogging, taking you all on this journey with me as we prepare for the ceremony. Yeah, and last night I did hang out with a friend. It was supposed to be two of us. No, it was supposed to be three of us girls, but it ended up being two of us. And we did go to the podcast show, but we made it extremely late. We might have just caught the last 10 minutes. But more than anything, the show was like an hour and a half away from us. And more than anything, I really cherished and valued the girl time that we had, the conversations, the car talks that we had. Really uplifting, encouraging. We got to catch up with each other in our personal lives and whatnot. And so all in all, it was still a win. I'll say another downfall though was the weather. Last week it's been hot, 80 degree, almost 90 all week. But last night it was like in the 40s and I didn't dress for that. But nonetheless, we still had a great time. I look forward to like this spring and summer to be outside a little bit more. Not outside in the way that the world says it, but definitely stepping outside of my apartment and being in community, having more girl time and being outdoors with the peoples and them. So I look forward to that. Anyhow, that's enough for now. I am going to go ahead and start taking some notes to make sure I know exactly what needs to be covered in this debutante meeting. And I will see you all later.
Every no was making room for win. Trust the process, baby. Trust the process. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. Trust the process, baby. Trust the process. What's for me will bloom. What's for me will bloom.
So that's what this meeting is about. And then I'm going to announce now, and I'll try to remember to announce at the end too, in case anyone else joins on late, that we will just have one more in-person practice. You have a question? Go ahead.
No, well, it's not really a question. I asked my sister if we can borrow her keyboard so I can play my parts, and the keyboard we have for the room we're using isn't that great, and she said yes.
Y'all practiced at home yet?
I practiced too.
That's what I like to
But
do.
I still know what's meant for me won't let go. I can feel it under my Trust the process. What's for me will bloom. What's for me will bloom. I was 1 inch from letting go. Then I heard that quiet no. Not yet, child, not this round. You're still becoming settled down. So I breathe, I wait, I stand. Let the whole thing shape my hand. Trust the process, trust the process. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. Trust the process, baby. Trust the process. What's for me will bloom. What's for me will bloom. Yeah. What for me will bloom. Will bloom. Will bloom. Yeah. What for me will bloom. Will bloom. Will bloom.
All right, hey you all, I am back, and it is time for bed. I just finished taking a shower and doing a little bit of skincare as well as praying and journaling. I am going to read this book before I go to bed tonight. This book has been blessing me so much. I checked it out at my library. The Glory in Your Story. I, for whatever reason, wanted to get out of reading like self-help books, and I wanted to get like a romance novel just to clear my mind of all the stuff I got going on in it. I just kind of wanted to just jump into somebody else's world, and so I went to the library looking for a good romance novel. I knew I wanted a novel from a Black woman just so I can have at least that perspective. But it was hard for me to really find something I was interested in. And I was getting ready to just kind of get anything, which I ended up doing. But right before I checked it out, I was like, you know what? What is this? And then I found out that this is the founder of Miel Organics. She wrote a book. Like, I don't do so much natural hair care. That's something I really need to get into, especially as a hair braider. But of course, I know of the brand, but and I may have even purchased a few things here and there during the seasons where I did try to get into taking care of my natural hair. Anyhow, so that definitely drew me in, and I got the book and I've been reading it, and it's been blessing me. It's been speaking to me for exactly where I'm at right now in my life. So I'm going to read a couple chapters of that before I go to bed. But I did just want to say that, yes, today's 7 days until the Noble Class Awards ceremony. It's Sunday night, and the event is next Sunday night. And I am vlogging this whole journey all the way through and just seeing what this week looks like. I just kind of want to put that out there on the internet for you, for myself, because I do believe in this program. I do believe that it's going to grow and expand, and I want to have some of the foundational moments. I want to have some of the early on moments documented. And so my mind has been all over the place with all the things that has to be done. I did meet with the girls today, and some of them did start working on their speeches. A few of them have been practicing their performances as well, which is really good. Some of them didn't show up. So that was just a little bit of a concern because we don't have much time, and we just need for them to have it all. Well, I need for all of us to just have it all together. I don't want to stress. I just want to have faith, trust in God that everything's going to work out this week. I feel like some opposition has started coming my way already. Like yesterday, I went to church, really wanting to have a good pick me up and being around community and just pushing past certain things. And then I shared that my tooth, it came out during service. I think I did cry. I shed a tear. I was really trying to hold back, but I decided not to let that intimidate me. Dealing with some other things in my personal life with my family as well. I am just trying to stay above the line of negativity
and stay positive and keep my spirits lifted. I feel like all of the hard work has been done already. Going through this whole season and coordinating workshops, reaching out to different women and having, meeting up with their schedules, having them come in and teach the girls, pour into the girls, as well as reaching out to other mentors who can come in and mentor the girls, coordinating, meeting with different types of facilities that allowed our girls to do community service, and like just all of the hard work has really been done. So I just want this week to be just a celebration, and I don't want the little things to get under my skin or to just kind of upset me, or if that makes sense. I don't know. I want a good week. I want a good week, and I will have a good week. I have a good team, an amazing team who has been with me every step of the way and who is helping me with so much. So I have the help, I have the community. Really, really great. So I'm looking forward to that. I did read again in Ruth. That's where I've been studying. And tonight I read chapter 2. And chapter 2 to me speaks towards character. And I feel like these things are just jumping off the page to me. Like any other time that I've ever read the story of Ruth, I've read it in a way where it's like, okay, God, you gonna send my man, my man. But in this season of creating this personal development program for teen girls and preteen girls, what has really been speaking to me is character development, and so chapter 2 to me, that's what I was journaling about. Let me look at my journal. So chapter 2 to me, like, really pointed towards how your character goes before you. How just the silent things that you do, the way you go about your everyday life, the way you interact with people, and how you treat them, like all of that is the character that speaks louder than you could ever speak. Like all of your interactions, all of your actions that you do that people can see, that is basically like your voice. And I say that because, like, starting off in chapter 2 verse 1, where it opens up, it says Naomi had a relative. I read the NIV version, but it says that Naomi had a relative on her husband's side from the clan of Elimelech, a man of standing whose name was Boaz. So for just the chapter to open up and say he was a man of standing, this again is just his character going before him and people speaking on who he is. He's a man of standing, right? Verse 5, that's when Boaz asked one of his workers, whose young woman is that? And that man gave the whole spiel on who Ruth was, yeah, that's the girl who came with her mother-in-law after her husband passed, and she had, she left her former ways, she left this, and that's how I see it. It doesn't say she left her former ways, and all that, but when I read that she left, a land that she knew to go to a land that she didn't know, that's how I'm reading it. I'm reading it in my life. I left the things I used to do to walk a walk that I really was unsure of what it was going to look like. And I still every day am unsure where this path is leading, but still choosing to walk that walk. The fact that, she's over here working, but this man, this supervisor, what have you, is just giving the whole spiel to Boaz about who this woman is. Yes, she's that girl. She's that girl. Okay. And that was verse 5, verse 11. I wrote all of these things down because I'm like, what is speaking to me right now? Character. So I'm like, where's the proof? Where's the character? So I like to write down all these verses. Verse 11, Boaz replied, I've been told all about what you've done for your mother-in-law, how you this, how you that, verse 13. May I continue? Oh, I like this verse a lot, for real. I like verse 13. Verse 13 is where Ruth is recognizing like how good and nice Boaz has been treating her. And she says, "May I continue to find favor in your eyes, my Lord," she said. "You have given me comfort and have spoken kindly to your servant, though I do not have the standing of one of your servant girls." And that spoke to me the most. Reason being, this nonprofit is called Noble Looks Debutante, right? But as I mentioned before, I'm a hair braider, and I named it Noble Looks Hair Braiding, but mainly Noble Looks, right? When I named it Noble Looks, I was praying. I was actually just trying to figure out, Lord, okay, like this is when I first realized like who God was. I was born and raised in the church, but I was saved in like when I was 23, 22, 23. Anyway, this is my first real like walk with God. Like, oh, this is personal, not just what I've been told, right? So I'm like, if that's the case, what I'm supposed to be doing, Lord? Why'd you create me? And that's kind of like those questions kind of led me to how I became a hair braider. And so now that I felt led to start braiding hair, I'm like, so what we gonna name this, Father? Like I'm just hyped. Like, oh God, you are real? Like for real, for real? Well, then tell me all the things, Lord. I'm not about to walk this life without you, Lord. So I'm just like, so what we gonna name this? And I was like asking friends and families between just narrowing down the options I've had. And then I had like two more options. Basically, I wanted it to be looks. And so I took like the first half of my name at that time. Story for another time. I did legally change my name for a good reason, but another time. So I knew I wanted it to be like looks, but I'm like classy looks, rich looks, this kind of looks. But I'm like, Lord, I want to know what you want out of this. And I prayed. I said, Lord, first thing I like my eyes see when I open this Bible, that's what it's going to be. Open up the Bible, like boom, and I saw the word noble. So I named it Noble Looks. And like I said, this is early on with my walk with the Lord. So I just took it and named it. But then as I'm continuing and growing in the word, I'm realizing that this is Proverbs. Like we know Proverbs now, especially Proverbs 31. It's like, oh, that's the most popular, I didn't know that at that time. Okay. But now seeing that, like where it really came from, the verse and the context, being a noble woman, a woman of virtue, it is speaking to me in a way where it's like, because that verse that I chose noble from is Proverbs 31 verse 29 in the NIV version. It says, "Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all." The way I like interpret that is that women do things. We do amazing things. We are dope. Every single day, women wake up just dope. We are dope. Okay? Like we are really that girl. We achieve a lot. We go through a lot. We still pour into other people. We pour into everybody. We populate this earth. Like we do all of these amazing things. But her husband praises her and says, "But you surpass them all." And it just makes me question what makes that woman so special, even though she's doing some of the same things that all the many other women do. Many women do noble things. So you doing the same things that many other women do. But what makes her so special? And to me, that's character. And to see that in Ruth again, where she's saying like, "May I continue to find favor in your eyes? You've treated me this way. You've given me comfort, and I don't even have the standing of your servant girls." So it's like, I don't know exactly the context of what these servant girls are like, but she clearly is kind of putting herself below that because she is having to be the charity case in this situation. She's coming from nothing, starting all over, and having to just get it by any means, right? But I don't know if these servant girls, they're getting a check every 2 weeks or what, and they look a certain way. I'm not sure. But the fact that she's like saying, I don't even have the same status as these girls, like I'm not even on that level with them, but you found favor in me, like you're treating me this way. That is a reminder to me that it's not about what's on the outside. I don't know what these girls look like, but I personally assume since these girls are servants, they might have a uniform of some sort, or they might look a certain way. They might look put together. They're working for this man, so they might look a certain way. And she's starting all over, coming from a whole nother, coming from nothing all over again. I'm not going to say nothing, but whatever it is, she put herself below them, and she is recognizing that he sees something in her that clearly these other women don't have. And that's kind of what this chapter is speaking to me towards. It's just speaking to me about how character is more than anything else. Like, character speaks volumes. And I am somebody who is always wanting to work on my character, which is why I have so many self-help books. I did get to a point where I got tired, but God was like, And it's not really a self-help book. It's very inspirational. I think it was in the spiritual category. So we wouldn't even call this a self-help book, but it is still really feeding me when it comes to personal development and growing as a better woman every single day and walking in the purpose that God is calling me to walk in. So, I was really fed tonight in my personal devotional time. And I'm going to go ahead and be fed some more with this book. And I just wanted to pass that along to you, and leave that with you too. And so if you are somebody who is similar to me, where it's like you just love all things personal development, then I think this is the place for you. I would implore you to like this video and to subscribe to my page and turn on post notifications, because I want to know that y'all checking for me. Anyhow, yes, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will catch you all next time.
La la la, hold on. Ooh, I've been bending, but I don't break. I've been waiting on the shape of the day. I don't let go.